Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian Doherty. I'm a spiritualist medium and I'm covering the topic here in this short video excerpt of the colour of disease. For myself, I've been working with colour for the best part of 15 to 16 years. However, the colour of the topic, should we say, of colour interpretation will be covered in a different video. What I wish to concentrate on, however, are the colours radiated away from the physical body and affected into the auric field, which in themselves can be indicative of either illness or disease or both. By way of understanding, the common cold, particularly if it is affected around the chest, the lungs, as we are aware, ladies and gentlemen, blood is conveyed from the heart into the lungs, where oxygen is put back into the blood and carbon dioxide and waste products are taken away. It stands to reason that there's a lot of blood circulated here, so for one various reason it does show up as very red colour, in this case quite a vibrant red. With the presence of a cold, however, it is blotchy or proliferated with a very dull olive green colour, which are themselves to me indicative, very much as you have disease in one of those little petri dishes, you know, where you can analyse it and look at it, or when something goes mouldy, that's in your fridge or your cupboard, it can give you indications of that, but of a very deep olive green colour. When we look at the subject of arthritis, there are two main types, being osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, what used to cause me a problem is when I was first undergoing and through that sort of dedication, if you wish, of repeatedly wanting to knowing why, questioning, re-questioning, re-evaluating till I am absolutely certain what that colour means to me. Through this process, I got a little confused because both types of arthritis display the same colour. I dare say though, however, that's because they're both very similar. The osteoarthritis appears to me in a shape that is very smooth. That's to say, it's like a sheet, putting a sheet on your bed. It's flat, one-dimensional. However, the rheumatoid arthritis displays, though it's the same colour, in this case with both, a very deep wine red colour. The rheumatoid arthritis displays in triangle shapes, very much like those shapes inside of a crystal geode. One of the reasons for this are the pain receptors with jarring off, going off, because not having suffered this, but talking to people who have, it's a constant pain. So you could say it's linked to the pain receptors. And again, one way to put it over, when you look at a graphic analyzer, when you're playing your music, when you put the bass on, it just rockets up, boom, boom, boom. Just think of it from that point of view of what that person is undergoing. So what I learned to understand, that it's not only the colour that is important, it is the shape that the colour displays into. When we're looking at soft muscle tissue, most notably of the intestinal tracts, the large, the small intestine and the stomach area, problems in this area here do diffuse into the aura as a very bright electric blue colour, which to me again is that smooth body muscle, or body tissue, should we say, ladies and gentlemen. When we're looking at nerve conditions, now for myself, nerve conditions are displayed as yellow. They always have been, most notably yellow in the aura is seen primarily around the head. However, when we have a nerve condition, or a trapped nerve, should we say, to make things more simple, when you look at a trapped nerve, you can, when you look, trace where that nerve is coming from, particularly more in evident around the area where it is trapped or pinched. And this again flares both yellow with a tinge of green. Now the green isn't an olive, it's a very bright grass green, but it's almost like the shape of a wire that you see in your plug, the neutral or the earth colour, where it is yellow and green. It's banded. You get the yellow twists on one side and the green twists on the other, and come very much together. Where it is giving more sort of pain or more problem is when it is more prominent. I think that speaks for itself, fairly obvious. The disease of fibromyalgia, it affects the muscles. You know, there is a constant dull ache. People are very tired, they can't do anything. They have the shakeless leg syndrome, where at times the muscle tissue is involuntary contracting, and you know, sort of contracting. It's almost like when you get like a mild cramp, I dare say. Now, I'm only saying this, ladies and gentlemen, because I've never suffered this sort of situation, but when I see it in the physical aura, or in the aura itself, it always comes across as a pink colour. In this case, a more of a pink blancmange, but it has a very light tint of brown. So the stronger that condition is displayed, then the more, as I call it, a dirty blancmange colour comes into evidence. Mainly when the person is in more pain. A rainy day or a cold day seems to affect people with this sort of illness on a more regular basis. When the condition has subsided and people are having a good day, then it does indicate as a more of a translucent pink colour. Cancers, ladies and gentlemen, cancers again are one of shapes. This time they are yellow, but it is the shape that gives it away and makes it different from a nerve condition. The shape of cancer is a circular shape, ranging in size from a 5p piece to that of a small tennis ball, even a small football. Fortunately for me, I've seen the cancer when the person indicates to me afterwards that, having talked to them of course, that it is in remission, or when it's been cured, thankfully, but it still displays in that yellow condition. Now, I am looking, ladies and gentlemen, to extend my understanding through observation and through talking to people with known illnesses, and I would like as much help with this as possible, please, ladies and gentlemen. For the more people I see, then the more I can readily identify illnesses, both that I am now becoming to say yes, I do know it, and illnesses that are new to me. My visage and the visage of Spirit working with me are one day to work alongside the medical fraternity in order to say yes, I feel this, I see this, I'm seeing this, without the need to use any expensive kit, particularly very, very good in rundown areas in Africa, for instance, whereby people do not have readily access to these, or indeed to a hospital. Therefore, working alongside the medical field in offering a diagnosis, I have said to people, just within talking to them and explaining what I do, that I've seen you have fibromyalgia, and they seem shocked and say to the doctors it's taken them 4 years to identify that that's what I have, and I was only told 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it does have a very, very good process, ladies and gentlemen, and I really would like all your help. If you can help, please let me know. It's like a begging video this, I'm sorry folks. But really, when you're looking at the colours inherent with illness and disease, ladies and gentlemen, it is very much not so much just about the colour, it's about the shape of the colour, where it is seen in the physical body. There are, as you imagine, the brain has a lot of nerve problems, due primarily to the amount of cranial nerves in that area. They do display with a bright yellow but suffused with a grey colour over the top, which is very reminiscent of the colour used on the London Underground map for the Jubilee line.